Hello everyone, welcome to a Photocard tour, binder tour, Photocard collection video. I'm not sure what I'm going to title this video, but basically I'm going to be showing you all the places where I store my photo cards. So before I get started, I also want to explain why my binder looks the way it does. If you've seen my previous storing videos, you've kind of gotten a glimpse of what they look like, and they are definitely not conventional. So I want to, give my reasoning as to why they look that way. Quick plug, if you go to my trades and sale Instagram, which is also the OK Boyz, you will see that I also post videos over there. And I feel like people who've watched my videos over there kind of know why I store my photo cards the way that I do. If they don't, that's fine. But I do want to explain, as I'm posting more videos on YouTube, I want to explain why my binders look the way they do. Okay, so before I get into like my bigger binders, I want to show you guys my little storing areas. So we'll work on these later because I figure it would be easier to show you what's in here first, just to get it quick and out of the way. Okay, so let's get started with this one first. Is there a nasty glare? There we go. Okay, so this is the NCT 2018 Collect Book. As you can see, it's been through it. So this is the OT18 Collect Book, and I do have all of the member photo cards. So here's Jisung, Jeno, Lucas, Jimin, Kun, Hechan, Mark. Oh my god, this card was impossible to find before the restocks. Honestly, before the restocks, it was crazy. So yeah, all these cards were like super expensive before the restocks. If you collect NCT, you know that they really were expensive, and some of the cards are still expensive, but they're easier to find. So definitely a plus for everyone who didn't have the empathy cards. I think Johnny's set is missing from here. I think I took it out, but it's probably in my bigger binder. Here's Win-Win, and here is Tan. So I have all of OT18's empathy sets. I keep them here in this little booklet because just of the novelty of using this little booklet, but I'm leaning more towards putting them somewhere else, possibly in here, but that would be like a future thing. So this is the NCT yearbook for the 2020 Resonance era, and I feel like I've talked about this before, but if you don't know, I DIY'd this collect book to have storage here on this side and to have storage here on this side. So I do have Taeyong's album PCs, and my initial thoughts and my initial plans with this collect book was to also collect the Kino cards. That it was a task. It was too far of a task, too long, no. Let's just put it at no. It was an impossible task for me because the Kino cards are expensive. So basically you are spending $20 per Kino card, and there's so many members, and all the comebacks of like members that I actually do want to collect from other groups were coming out at the same time, so I was getting so stressed. So I am letting go of my Kino collection, but the album PCs I will keep for now, and I feel like I'm gonna have so much extra space after I get rid of the Kinos that I can put my 2018 sets in here. So maybe that might be something cute. Okay, so that is that side. And there are still a couple of album PCs that I'm missing for some members, but really it's on like the lowest of lowest priority, like low priority. And of course, because Johnny is one of my alts, his was the first cards that I collected. Oh my god, this card was so hard to find. Like, it was ridiculously hard to find. I feel like when the PCs are like cute, or they have like a cute outfit on, they have a cute background, those are harder to find. Like Kuhn has, I believe it's his future Kino PC where he's like at the beach. It's such a cute card. And honestly, like nobody wants to get rid of it. Also, these Geno Kino cards, I've seen these go for $100 each, which is crazy. I really hope you're not paying $100 for these Kino cards. And then, strangely enough, Mark, I do have his other Kino card. I don't know how, but I just finished collecting Mark. I'll put away this Kino card in like my next storing PCs video. So that is my collect book, and these I did organize. You know, I did feel the need to organize them by member. So you will see in my actual big binders how I don't organize it conventionally. Okay, so this is my main binder, and as a preface, I do collect Johnny, Jeno of NCT, Jian from the Boyz, Jaehyun from the Boyz, Sungyoung aka Woods, San, and I collect Sehun. He's not on here because I collected him afterwards. And I collect Taeyang and Chungmo from Cravity. I also keep all of the pools of like groups that I just collect albums for. I feel like I collect somebody else and I'm forgetting, but we'll see on the inside. So like I said, this is my main binder, and I don't conventionally organize my binder by group. I don't organize by group. I don't organize by member, by era, by shoe size, by hair color. I don't organize that way. I literally get my cards and I put them in the pockets as I get them, and there's a couple of reasons for that. First, because I tend to hyper focus on a card that I don't have. So if I don't have a card and there's like a little slip that says of the name of the card that I'm missing, I'll tend to like hyper focus on that card, and I'll probably end up overpaying for that card when I didn't want to. So that is a definitely no-go. I mean, that's what happened with my collect book. You know, I saw the empty spaces in the Kinos, and it's kind of like, oh my gosh, I want to complete this set so bad that I would probably overpay for Kino cards. And I started doing that, and I was so upset with myself because I would rather spend money on an alt member than like just to finish a collection. Does that make sense? Second of all, because I do love the way it looks. I love how my cards are just randomly placed. I love that I could see Kuhn next to Yoan, next to Jaeyoon, next to Yanan. Like, to me, that's cool. It's like in my head, like they're interacting when they're just pieces of cardboard on a piece of paper. So yeah, those are the reasons why my binder looks the way it does. I recently got this 2-inch. I had a 1-inch before. So let's start just flipping through it. I kind of don't want to just like tell you, okay, this is this and this is this, unless you guys like prefer to see a video like that. But I feel like I would be sitting here for hours telling you every single thing that is in here. So as far as like members go, for Johnny, I collect mostly album PCs. There's a couple of non-album stuff that I do have, and then I do go ahead and purchase. For Jeno, I do collect album and mostly non-album, but his mostly non-album stuff is generally just the Candy Lab stuff that NCT Dream has done, because I do love like the stuff that they come out with. And I would prefer to collect a selfie card anyway than just like a concept card. So SM comes out with a lot of concept cards that is just a no-go for me. Like the holographic cards, I'm sorry, like holographic cards really don't do it for me. I don't care about holographic cards. So yeah, like I said before, I collect groups albums, but I don't collect like a specific member. So for Wavy, I collect Wavy albums, but I don't collect a specific member. Same thing for Pentagon. If you notice, I'll have some Pentagon pre-orders just because they were so cute. So if a card is like really, really cute, I'll just like go out of my way to go buy it. Now for Woods, I've kind of been on a halt collecting his cards because I even saw it on Twitter. I do have a Twitter, by the way, and I used it when Instagram didn't have like the hashtags. Like we couldn't use the hashtags in the US because of like the election or whatever. So I just went ahead and made a Twitter trading account, but I hardly ever get on it. I just go on there to look at templates and stuff. But I think someone posted it. If I have the post, I'll screenshot it and I'll put it in there. But Woods, aka Sunyeon, has like almost close to 300 cards. 300 cards, y'all. That's crazy. That's almost like a 2-inch binder by itself. And I put a stop to it. Like I was like, oh my god, that is way too many cards. And Sunyeon, he's not one of my ults. He's just a bias. I love him. He's talented. He was my X1 bias, but 300 cards, that is crazy. So I managed to have, I think, most of his equal PCs, but when it came to like the Whoops era and the set era, I don't have any of the set cards, and I have like from the Whoops era, I kept my pulls from there. And you'll also see that I have random NCT members in here. So Utah was my pull for Fire Truck era, and then someone sold me this card because it was damaged and I bought it for like $3, so I kept it. So when I actually pulled this Taeyong in when I bought my Cravity album, and then I didn't even plan to collect Cravity at that point, but I started to want to collect Cravity, and so I chose Taeyong. This is Gino, and this Baekhyun PC I bought it because I wanted Sehun's equivalent to this card, and I couldn't find it. Like for the longest of time, I could not find it, but I ended up finding it before I actually got this card. So yes, Sehun, I'm not like, Sehun is kind of like low priority for me, but they're coming out with the comeback soon, so we'll see just how the dynamics change of like the members that I collect. For Sun, when I decided to collect Sun, I did not know Sun was a popular member. I didn't know that because Ateez is one of my old groups. I love Ateez. And if I would collect OT8 for Ateez, I would, but I'm not gonna do that. But Sun is a popular member, and I literally did not know that before I started collecting him. So when I saw people selling Sun's PCs for like $20 for each album PC, I literally, oh my god, I lost my mind. But you know what? For Fever Part 2, because they gave us 2 PCs and they're all selfie PCs, like Sun has become less expensive, which I'm super, super glad. Because I'm almost done with Fever Part 2 with Sun, which is great. But you know what? Also, another thing that has to do with that. And it's like Ateez did so many pre-order benefits, almost to the same amount that the Boyz did. Now I'll get to the Boyz when I get to the Boyz binder, but pre-order benefits are literally ruining my life. And I've decided for Sun, for the pre-order benefits, because I do have a couple of them, to collect like only the ones that I think are really, really, really cute. Oh, this is the Sehun PC, right? This is the Sehun PC that I really, really wanted and that I eventually found. So yeah, pre-order benefits are crazy. Like, they're absolutely, there's too many of them. There's way too many of them. Okay, so for Jeno, I have almost all of his Dream Show PCs. So these PCs are actually like really, really expensive, and I'm only missing one, but that's okay. See, if I had like a whole Dream Show page and I had this thing where it said that I'm missing that one Jeno Dream Show PC, I would absolutely lose my mind, and I would probably buy it the first time that I see it on sale, because the Dream Show PCs are so expensive. This is Johnny's ticket holder for the, I think, the 2018 era. He looks so gorgeous. Yes. Okay, what else, you guys? So this is my collection. So again, I'm not gonna go through like this card is this card, this card is this card. I hope that's okay. I hope you guys kind of see the madness here, that I'm just turning the page and Jeno is here next to Taeyang and next to San. So hopefully that is okay with everyone. When I first saw this card, I literally thought he was hovering over a toilet, because does that not look like a toilet, but it's like a chair, or like a massage chair? I don't know. That's what it looked like to me. We're starting to get into like Cravity. Yeah, here are my empathy cards. When I first started collecting Johnny, this was like one of the hardest cards to find, next to the Superhuman Kino, which is crazy that they just did a whole restock. That literally stopped the world for like the people who have the Superhuman Kinos. And I can't imagine like how the people, because I remember the Taeyang Superhuman Kino, I remember seeing that card go for like $600, and I remember it being sold. Someone actually fucking bought it. Can you believe that? That's crazy to me. That's absolutely crazy. And to think that like they just, SM came out with the restock, and they were like, hello, here's the restock. Oh, I was obsessed with this Yanan PC. Look at him and that green hair. Amazing. I don't remember what pre-order this is from. So here are my more Sungyeon, and here's Serim. When I first thought about collecting a member in Cravity, I was really leaning towards Serim, so I have some of his cards here. But in the end, I just chose to collect Chungmo and Taeyeon. But I can't seem to get rid of his cards because they're so cute. Oh, these Superhuman Kino cards. I have two Johnnies, and I have this Haechan, and I have this Tail. So amongst the craze of like collecting Johnny, because that was like the first member that I ever collected, I couldn't find his Superhuman Kino card, but I did find these two. So I bought these two. This was like a year ago, by the way, and just hoping to find a trade for them. Oh, I also bought Jaehyun. So I had Jaehyun's, and someone ended up trading with me Jaehyun's for Johnny. But yeah, I do have those cards, which now they're just like regular Kino cards because of the restock. They're just regular Kino cards. So as far as Taeyang, and Chungmo. Okay, so I think I've decided to collect just Chungmo album PCs and collect some of Taeyong's album and non-album. Because even though Cravity is still a rookie group, they have so many non-album PCs. Like, they're coming out with a photo book already, which is crazy because it took Dream like forever to get a photo book. And like Cravity, this would be their second photo book, by the way, because they came out with like a summer photo book last year when they just debuted last year. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, I do have some of Johnny's non-album stuff. I think I'm pretty selective on what non-album stuff I buy for Johnny, just because like I said before, I prefer to collect a selfie card than a concept card. But I like these two to memorize his long blonde hair. Alright, and those are all my PCs in my main binder. So back here I have some of my larger inclusions. I don't actively collect larger inclusions for members. So if you see that, this is just because when I bought certain PCs, it came with these large inclusions. It wasn't something that I was actively looking for, but I kept them anyways because these are kind of cute. For Johnny, I don't really collect larger inclusions, and for Jeno, I guess it depends on if I like the postcard or not. But as far as like standees, clear cards or message cards like that, I don't really actively collect them for Johnny or Jeno. Again, this one came with like a set, and this one came with something that I bought, so I ended up keeping them. I do love these Cravity Polaroids. I think they're so cute, so I do collect those larger inclusions. Again, this was something that was in a set, not something that I like actively went out to look for. And then Dream has these postcards that come with those PCs, so I just keep those. This is a horizontal page that I made, some cards that are horizontal. And so I kept them in here, and they are double-sided here. This is a postcard that came with the album. So I just took it out and I put it in here. And then I haven't taken out all of San's postcards that come with the Ateez albums because there's so many. There's so many postcards, and I don't know, like I don't actively collect bigger things for the members that are in this binder. So as you can see, these are the things that I have for these members. But as far as like Juyeon and Jaehyun from the Boyz, I do collect pretty much all of their album and non-album stuff, which I will show you in a second. These are the season screening stuff. I think this year was like the first year that I bought season screening stuff, but I think for like the next coming year, 2022, I won't be collecting season screening stuff just because it's very inconvenient to store these, and I don't know, I'm not fond of keeping them anymore. Okay guys, so that was my big binder. I hope you enjoyed that flip through. Let me show you my The Boyz binder. Okay, so this is my The Boyz binder. I do collect Juyeon and Jaehyun, aka Hyunjae. I decided to start calling Hyunjae Jaehyun because to me it didn't make sense why we would call Kyu Changmin and Nu Chani, and we just kept calling Hyunjae Hyunjae. Like, to me that didn't make sense, and to me it just made more sense to call him Jaehyun. But to each their own. So that's what I call him, Jaehyun. That's what I mean. So that is what I choose to do. So this is a 1-inch binder. I believe it or not, I used to keep all of these cards inside of my main binder. So I recently made the decision to cut them off and make them have their own binder. They have so much stuff, and for them, I do collect all album inclusions, pretty much all non-album. I think all non-album. Again, my preference would be to collect selfie cards only, but sometimes I just do end up buying concept cards, but it really depends on what the concept card is. For Breaking Dawn, I believe they came out with like concept card stickers, and those I'm not planning to collect those at all. So I do have all of the album PCs, excluding like 2 or 3 album PCs, I believe. There are some like rare album PCs that are like the picture taken by another member. I don't plan to collect those, again, because they're not selfie cards and they are super expensive. So if it's a card that I really don't want, so I'm not gonna go out of my way to spend money on a card that I really don't want. But pretty much besides those 2 or 3 cards that I don't have, I have the rest of the album PCs. I did collect all of the pre-order benefits for the Chase Steeler area. That was a journey in itself. That was a hoot. Literally, what a journey to collect all of those pre-order benefits. It was crazy. I don't know if I checked the template, I believe there are 13 pre-order benefits, 13 or 16. And that's why so many people in the Boyz community have so many Chase Steeler albums that people are honestly just giving them away. They're like, just pay for shipping. And I've also seen posts where like people have like giant stack of the Chase Steeler PCs and they're like, choose a number and I will send you a card, because there were so many pre-order benefits and there were so many albums sold that it's crazy ridiculous. So this page here, I did decide to collect OT11 for the boy film cards. That was like my favorite photo book in Reveal era, and I just really do love these little film cards. I think they're so pretty. And because I recently have like pretty much nothing to collect for the Boyz apart from like the new merch and stuff that they come out with, I started to collect the rare cards besides those cards that I told you about, like the picture taken by another member. So like the broadcast PCs in there, and there are some like special merch, like cards like this that I guess at that moment when that merch came out, I don't know why I didn't collect them. Like, I don't know why, like, but now I've like learned my lesson that once like new merch comes out, I learned my lesson as a person who collects 2 popular members, okay? As soon as merch drops, if you collect Juyeon or Jaehyun, go ahead and join that group order. Go ahead and buy the cards right now, because people resell these members for crazy expensive. So, you know, it's just crazy how much these cards would go to. And lately I've seen a shift in like popularity. So when I first started collecting the Boyz, I just collected Jiyeon, and I started collecting Jiyeon maybe in July of 2020, and Jiyeon was not that hard to find. It was Jaehyun who was very, very difficult to find, and now it has shifted. The popularity has shifted, where like Jiyeon, he's like the viral it boy right now, and his PCs are crazy expensive. And like if you go to the Boyz trade tag, you probably not find that many Jiyeon cards, but you'll find Jaehyun's cards. So these two are like a great example of how, like, when merch comes out, go ahead and join that group order. Go ahead and just buy that card, because these two cards I bought for $6 each. Literally $6, appropriate price. I've seen this card go for $70, y'all, which is crazy. And I think for this one too, this is one of like the merch cards. I don't remember what this was in, but I've also seen this card go for crazy expensive, and I promise you I bought this card for probably less than $15, I think. So yeah, that would be my advice to you. And also, I guess my general advice would be not to overprice cards. But that is a movement. That is a movement that we will all collectively have to be together on. And I feel like there's that pressure to like collect like the fastest, or I don't know what that pressure is that stems from, but that is why people buy cards for $100, because of that pressure. And I think we collaboratively, I think our efforts into calling out people who overprice their cards, I feel like that method is not working, because people would just be like, well, you know, it's my PC, I can choose like supply and demand or whatever. So that method obviously isn't working. So we might have to change how we approach the overpricing of these cards. Like this card right here, this is the DMC pre-order benefit card. Okay, I might have slightly overpaid for this card, but not like $100, like no way. But because I really, really wanted this card, and with good reason, because he looks super, super amazing, and this card is so hard to find. And I remember when people were doing group orders for this card, for like the DMC cards, and I didn't join because I'm an idiot. So I did pay slightly overpriced for this one. But again, our approach to attacking overpriced should probably be like, don't be in a rush to collect a member. Like, I don't know, our tactic should be different. I think we've been on the offense. We should probably be on the defense. Like these two cards here, the Miwadong, I don't know what the name is. And this is sticky because it's like sticky right here. But yeah, these two PCs are extremely hard to find. And again, like I said, like as soon as you see the group order, go ahead and join the group order. Maybe that's how we'll prevent overpricing. But as far as the broadcast PCs goes, like there's no say in that, because those cards are rare. So it's kind of hard to like set that boundary of like, because it is a rare PC, you won't find this card being sold for like less than $30 at all. So I don't know what to say in that perspective. Okay, so that is all of the Boyz PCs that I have. Here are some more inclusions. These are the lenticular cards. I have both of Jaehyun's, what is this, the Gen Z cards. I don't have Jiyeon's, like the one where he's wearing that tight muscle shirt, unfortunately. I haven't even seen anyone try to sell it or trade it, but it's okay. It's not a priority. The Boyz also have like a lot of Japanese merch, which they're just like photos. Like, it's not like a postcard, it's like photo material. I do collect some of it, not all of it. Again, because I have a majority of their stuff, I just do tend to buy like the little things that I'm like, I don't have that, then I guess I could buy it. So that was like my whole ordeal with like the magazines, that I'm just like starting to collect like their magazine stuff. Here is the season's greetings. I don't have the Ateez A4 posters, but that's perfectly okay. That's perfectly okay. That's perfectly fine. We can live. We can live without it. This is the first fan club kids. I didn't join a go for this, like claim a member set, because I've noticed that like you can find these anywhere. Like at any time, people will just like start to slowly get rid of their stuff, so that's okay. And here is some of the film festival stuff. I swear Cracker Entertainment comes out with the most random, dumbest shit ever. Like, I swear, like, it's so crazy. I do collect all of the postcards. Like I said, I do collect all of the inclusions in the albums. So I did take those out and I put them in here. This one is upside down. This is from the second fan club kit. I did love like this concept, and I think the PCs from this era came out really, really nice. Here's some more like Japanese things here. Here's some reveal stuff. These are more postcards from the album. And then these kind of things from the No Air era, like these little film things. That's really not a priority for me to collect at all. Like, as you can tell, I do have J-Hins here in the front, right here. But it's like really not a priority. It's like not something that I have to have. So, and here are some more album postcards, this Japanese thing, and more album postcards. And this is the ticket from the reveal concert thing era. So yeah, guys, that is my The Boyz binder. I do love collecting the Boyz. I think that is a collection that I have the most fun with, and it's kind of like an oxymoron where like I complain about how much stuff there is to collect, but I guess that is the reason why it's fun for me, because they're always active. There's always something, you know, to keep up to date on. Whereas like NCT 127 or NCT Dream, where it's like they'll occasionally have like something going on, but mostly it's just like dead silence. It is crickets out there for them. So yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching my photo card collection. Those are legit all the cards that I have, besides the cards that I have for like trades and sales, which I store in like a little box. Thank you guys for watching. Those are all the cards that I have collected over the past year, and we'll see like how many binders I end up having at the end of this year. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.